when you say excitement, okay, dudes, I got my 500 deposited into my bank account. So, with that 500, I am getting my Kindle. I'm ordering it at midnight tonight, and I hope to have it within 2 days. You guys know I'll be showing that bitch off as soon as I get it. More exciting news is the power of art. I started drawing in Mr. Daniel's class because that's the class I usually draw / doodle in. And I was like, okay, let's go and attempt at Raine because I haven't done that in a while. And as I'm drawing her, I'm just sitting there thinking about the old days, reminiscing on my first OC ever, you know. Yeah, she was pretty much my first OC ever. And remembering how I used to play with Danielle, and we had our Raven and Raine Madison thing going on. Of course, Danielle's was more based on the actual Raine Madison from Vampire Kisses. Mine was an actual, you know, made character. My own. My baby. So, something I don't share with a lot of people, I don't think I've shared with Laura yet, is, you know, when I was making Celia, before me and Laura, you know, even thought about the werewolf imprinting thing, when I was making Celia, I just wanted to make a character that was a lot like Raine. And I took a lot of Raine's attitude, a lot of her solemnness for her family, and put it all together and came out with that sweet little story of Celia's. Well, not sweet, demented. More demented than anything else. But I came up with that story. And I kept Raine's, you know, attitude in her. It was like Raine, like, you know, Celia was the next step up. She really was. And, you know, if I think about it now, Celia's my second ever recreated character. My own created character, not something I used from a book or a video game. Like the first time I ever started roleplaying, I roleplayed as Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts. Those were fun days. When I was a new role player, nothing can beat you. But you know, I developed when I was still role playing on MySpace. I did develop Raine a little bit, you know, but I took all those developments and put them to Celia. Well, because of our metaphor me and Laura, you know, came up with, I went ahead and put Raine in that brain cell, you know, I just have her up there. Because I missed her. I really did. I missed her, and I had all these new great character ideas and everything. I put her, Vixen, Vicky, Dimitri, and Marcus all back up there in my head. And, you know, as I'm sitting there with Raine in my head, her, you know, attitude developed a little bit more in my mind, away from her and Celia being connected. You know, her personality developed a little bit more in my head. But then I kept thinking, you know, her and Celia are still kind of a lot alike, and that's why they heard Celia in my brain get along, even though, you know, people, including Celia in my brain, leave Raine alone. But, I developed her more, developed her attitude be her own kind of attitude. You know, she still has the whole family issue, but as I was drawing this, I drew a pretty swanky outfit on her. And I was sitting there going like, hey, this could be a cult. You know, I'm just imagine a bunch of people coming up dressed like this. You know, this one person like this, you know, holding out this blade. And freaking a bunch of cult people dressed up just like her behind her. And I was like, oh my god, there's a cult I need to develop. The Rebels. I need to develop the Rebels for mine and Laura's story. I told you guys, you know, I told Leah, I told Emily, I told Leanne a little bit. You know, you know, little background of what would happen. I barely mentioned the Rebels. But I've got to get the Rebels developed. I got to figure out where I'm going to put, what ideas I'm going to bring to Laura so we can put them into our story. And, I got some ideas. But I'm not going to share any of those. Well, there's one idea that I will share. That's a given. Raine as the leader. Bringing her in as the leader. And here's the picture I drew. I kept a lot of her original It's kind of blurry. Of course, if any of you guys roleplay with me, I had a demented little kid idea that I still keep it with me. That sword. You know, it's still the exact same that I had it when I was a kid. You know, role playing. That well, I can't really say too much about it because it's part of my developed story. I gotta research and make sure everything I say will be necessary. Let's, as most of you guys know that role played with me with Raine, Vixen was the one that did this to her. She was experimented on and very much well tortured. About that whole other half of her body, about 35% of her body is machine. Thanks to that. And then the other used to be human, but she, you know, Vixen turned her. After Vixen got, you know, turned himself, he couldn't deal with the idea of watching her grow up anymore. And he liked his little experiment, of course, so he had to bring her along for the ride. Well, let's put it this way. Another hint. I deleted Vixen out of my brain. He is gone. He's disappeared. There's like an empty little void where he used to be. Instead, I took what was left of him and put it in James McPike. Look, so there's a hint for you guys right there. I'm gonna get that all developed. And that's really helpful because I haven't really been able to be Jamesy. I wasn't looking forward to James, you know, when I have to, you know, use him because really his character is bland to me. He's not developed to me. And now that I have this idea in my head, oh my god, he's developed to me. He's a fucking psychopath in my head now. He's like rampaging everywhere. And that's what Vixen did. If I mind, Vixen rampaged everywhere. So now, oh my god, it's gonna be so much fucking fun. But a little bit more on her. Her original eye color was aqua blue. I say aqua blue now because Brindle's eyes are crystal blue. And I used to always say her eyes were crystal blue. And this was the color, you know. Here, let me get the color pencil. This color. That's what I always thought crystal blue was. You know, it's more aqua blue. And when I thought about Brindle, I was like, yeah, okay, like Raine in my head. But you know, Laura corrected me one day and she showed me what crystal blue really is. It's more white to, you know, blue. It's more white with a bluish tint. So, you know, I have a better description of what she actually looks like. It's more, you know, that color. Since Vampire's eyes are gray, I'm still gonna, you know, her eye color changed when on my original version of her from you know, her eyes used to be, you know, they'd be blood red all the time, like all the other vampires. But her eyes would turn that aqua blue since she had that soul blade out. Her hair, kept it tinted red, and with the bangs red. You know, of course, in her background story, her hair is going to be a dark shade black. Not my fault, Lore. I always had her hair color that hair color. I know we need to get more diverse hair colors in our story. Shut up. I'm not changing her hair either because I've always had this in my mind. But, this is, in a way, Celia's older sister. So, it's really important to me. And, of course, I got developed ideas. I know the code doesn't make sense, but if you saw it in my head, it would make more sense. I'll probably go into more explanation of the code later. I'm running out of time on this video, so I'm going to let you guys go. If you guys got any suggestions, I know I gave a few of you guys copies of Brindle and Celia. Jessica, fucking read it and give it back to me as soon as possible. You guys give me suggestions that me and Laura could talk about. That's the reason why I give you guys these, for your guys' thoughts. I'm done. If you want the story, tell me, email me. I will give you the first 2 chapters. Bye-bye.